Hello, it's me, Constant Cosmos. Apologies for my shitty mic. I don't have a proper setup yet because I am floating endlessly throughout space right now. For a bit of context, after my last video where I killed my evil clone in an epic sword battle for the right to sing some Christmas songs, I got shot into space for an unexplained reason. Now, in order to return to Earth, which is where I live, I must play through all of my games in my Epic Games library, record it, and publish a video on them. For if I do that, Zerp Zorp, the alien warlord, will safely return me back to Earth. And so let's begin the Epic series. Let us start off with discussing what even is a Crashlands. It is a top-down RPG where you play as a yellow-purple woman named Flux Dabes, who is a space delivery driver, and along with your trusty robotic companion, Juicebox, your ship gets shot down by a malevolent giant head where you subsequently crash land on the planet of Wanope. Here's when Crashlands truly starts. We start off with a basic workstation and our crashed escape pod, where then I received very basic missions that taught me the mechanics of the game, such as gathering, crafting, and base building. I was then directed to craft another workstation called the Sawmill. I craft some armor, learn that armor has random rarities that determines how good the stats are, and make my first weapon. Then I find out that I can choose between 3 weapons, to which I end up choosing to main the axe. Then I got directed to making another workstation that had its own higher level of gear. It then dawned on me that this was going to be the gameplay loop for the rest of the game. Gather materials either from harvesting resources or killing creatures until you have enough to get the new best thing. This alone took 99% of my gameplay. Going forward, I farm a few things and discover you can create unique legendaries that are utterly overpowered for the stage of progression you can get them at. These legendary wooden gloves, for example, remain the best option until right before the final boss fight of this stage. After wasting time by killing hundreds of Wampits for no reason, one of them drops an egg, to which I find out that you can kill creatures, take their eggs, and raise them to be your fucking slaves. This truly is a dog-eat-dog world. Alright, let me stop messing around and do the main storyline. Spoilers included. Remember how I told you that those characters we play as are space delivery drivers? Well, we got shot down in the middle of a delivery, and it is now our task to try getting these packages to where they're needed. The first step is to build a communicator that can contact our company and inform them of our dire circumstances. The parts we need to build a communicator are a giant yellow crystal, some batteries, and a satellite dish. Luckily, our trusty companion Juicebox can locate the giant yellow crystal and lead us there. When we finally get there, we meet these tree people where we have to complete various tasks for them, such as massacring a group of invading Wampits before we can receive the crystal. We also receive some side missions, but those, as I would find out later, are essentially a giant waste of time. Sure, there are a few useful side missions in the game, where the reward is a blueprint for a useful item, but most of the time, it's just a few items that you could have easily crafted yourself, or just no reward at all. Let me walk you through one to give you an example. I meet a tree person named Kickfleet. He tasks me with finding a wedding ring that he accidentally lost while trying to escape a couple of murderous Wampits. Now, we have to farm a bunch of Root for the slight chance of it dropping the ring. It eventually drops, and now the mission is complete. Turns out, this is a 2-part quest. Well, now I have to complete a mission for Kickfleet's spouse, Ollie. She tasks me with killing 3 named Wampits, and instead of them being located in a specific location where I go there and I have to kill them, they all have a complete random chance of spawning while I explore the world. After a very long time, I finally killed all 3 Wampits. They moved back to be with each other, and my reward for doing all this is literally nothing. I quite literally wasted my fucking time doing this quest. Anyway, getting back on track, Completing the main mission allows me to craft a new category of tools called the pickaxe. I craft it and immediately head back to the tree people to mine the crystal. After I mined it, the main villain, Giant Headman, appears and obliterates a tree person named Burl. I get directed to go meet another tree person named Grandmammy in order to honor Burl's death, and after farming the crystals to craft the things I need to continue the main storyline, I head there and speak with her. She then directs me to go to a lab where I can potentially find some batteries I need to build my communicator. You will notice a common trend in the entire main storyline that it really is just go here, kill something, or go craft something, and then go there 50 times over. After completing 2 missions, I receive the batteries. Then I undertake my first boss of the playthrough, a giant, monstrous stonehead with golden glowing eyes and detachable fists.
Round 1. Fight!
A menacing design, to which I easily take out without much rigor or mortis. Maybe normal difficulty is a little too easy. Afterwards, I evolve my pet,
It's so big!
and finally, it's time to get the final piece, which is the satellite dish. I completed some quests to receive the dish and assemble the communicator. Now all there was to do was prepare for the final boss of this stage. I wanted this sick, legendary axe and this legendary helmet for the boss fight. I farmed the materials for both of them for 2 fucking hours, and I end up only getting the legendary helmet before I decide to say fuck it and do the boss anyway. Despite what I was talking about previously, perhaps I was still admittedly overprepared for the final boss fight of this stage. I easily take down with no difficulty whatsoever. However, the game does the classic, the boss loses but wins anyway, and thus the game continues. With this stage of the game finished, we move on to the next playable area, the bog. But that will have to wait till next time.